Well, it's Monday morning. Happy Monday. I keep getting messages from people asking me about prices on different firearms. Not all the time, but through the year. And I just got another one and it rang a bell. I said, well, let's show some firearms that you don't need a lot of money for that are reliable. If you're not a gun person, you know, not everyone that watches this channel, believe it or not everyone that watches this channel are gun enthusiasts. Some people just watch channels because they just like who you are. And like I said, they like the atmosphere or whatever. And, but they're not gun people, so they don't want to spend a lot of money if they're thinking about purchasing a firearm. Well, if your state allows you to carry or own a firearm, I can't believe that you would not own one. If you have kids, you know, you need to have a safe. It's that simple. You get a safe. And there's a safe you can get that's very reasonable, that's hard to break into, and it's good quality. There's firearms you can buy that don't cost a lot of money, that will save your life and protect your family, and that are not a lot of money. And here's just a few. My table's only so big. I put an AK out here too for a rifle, because AKs, you know, not a fancy one, just an average AK, and you can get them depending on who's selling them and what the dealer gets them for. They range from like 4 to 6, but it's possible to get an AK for 4 right now anyway. So you don't need, what I'm saying is, you don't need $1,000, you don't need $800, you don't need $700, you don't even really need $600 to get something that's good and reliable. Now what I would not do is buy a cheap gun that's made cheap. I'm not going to mention any manufacturers, because some of you guys might own some of them and your little hiney lips get hurt when I say it, so I'm not. But if you're paying a brand new price for a firearm, and it's like $250 and it's brand new, and not because you know the gun shop owner, because it's a fucking cheap gun, that's not a good idea. So what you do is you go for highly reputable companies like Remington, Ruger, Glock. These companies at Mossberg and so on, there's a bunch of other ones. These companies make high-end guns, and they make guns that don't have all the toys on them but still have the quality in them. They just don't have all the fancy stuff on them, so it can bring the price down for people that still want a reliable firearm but just don't have it in their budget to get the ones with the bells and whistles. As long as it points and it's accurate and it goes bang, if you're that kind of guy, there's people like that. They don't care about the stock, what it looks like. They don't care about the ergonomics. They don't care about night sights, flared ejection ports, scandium frames, all that fancy shit. There's people out there that would like to get a firearm just to protect their family, and actually, those people, they're using the gun just as a tool. To me, firearms are more than tools. They're like tools. They're like jewelry. They're like, depending on which one you're talking about, they're my passion. So, but here's a few of them that are very, very reasonable. You can get a Remington 870 really, really cheap. You can get one for like, you can get like a one like this one. Well, I customized this one. It didn't come like this. A really good dude gave me this, and I asked him if I could customize it, if he wouldn't mind, and he said no. Actually, I think I made it better. I made it so I could use it. Before I got it, it was more for duck hunting. Had a real long barrel, and I would never use that for home protection. It's too long of a gun. You can't turn corners. I end up banging into walls, knocking things over. You're less mobile, and in a panicking situation, you want something small. So, not to get off the subject, but I'd like to point out what I did. Where is the barrel? See if it's in here. I can just grab it real quick. Here we go. I just keep it, you know. Here's the barrel. I cut about, if you can find the video, it's in my video somewhere. Christ, took 9 inches off it. This is how long it used to be. Okay, there's the end of it. And what I did was I cut it down and just duplicated the end at the same thing, same distance with the bead sight and everything, and made it a tactical home defense shotgun. And I put an extended magazine tube on it and this beautiful magazine clamp from, I forget the name of the company, because now this is loaded, so I'm not going to play with it too much. I keep this loaded at all times. And this is a Remington 870. Now you can get a shotgun like this Remington 870. I haven't been up on shotgun prices lately, so I ain't going to spit out a specific price because I don't know. But very, very, very reasonable. Like, you should have no problem being able to come up with the money to pick up a Remington 870. Now, a Remington 870 is probably the most reputable, most reliable shotguns on the planet. Okay? And for the price, you can't go wrong. You know, what, 400 bucks, and you got a legendary shotgun to keep your family and home safe, especially in times now. There's a lot of threatening times going on right now, riots and all this bullshit. You know, I'm hearing a lot of stuff I don't like to hear. If a certain person's elected, there's going to be riots, and you know, okay, well, if people are going to get like that, you need to be ready, okay? Because they might. You never know. People might get angry and do that. There's always going to be riots. I mean, anyone that don't own a firearm at all, I can't believe that. I mean, to me, that's like, I don't know, man. That just blows my mind. There's people out there in bad neighborhoods too, not even in good neighborhoods, sleeping at night defenseless with their little poodle and their little chain lock on their front door. Yep, you'll be on the ID channel soon. You need to have a firearm. If you have children, you get yourself a safe. You can get a good safe at Home Depot for like 400 bucks. And that's a big one. Pretty big. It'll hold 14 guns. Okay? It has 1 inch in diameter locks all the way around the door. And that's like locks the size of this. They stick out. Eric's going to like this part. Well, Eric. The locks are this diameter, solid steel, and when you turn the handle, they lock the door, and there's like, you know, 6 of them around the door, all around the door. So, you know, if someone's going to break into it, it's going to take them a long time to get that bad boy open, and your kids will not get that open, okay? So rule number 1, if you have kids, please get a safe. You don't need to spend $1,000 on a safe. You can get one between $300 and $400. Check out Home Depot, they have them. To me, the best reasonable weapon to have for self-defense is a shotgun. It's multi-purpose. We went over this many times. I'm not trying to do the same video over again, but I can't say it enough. You can get yourself a Mossberg 500 for like 350 bucks. You can get yourself a Remington 870 for like 400 bucks. You don't have to get a cheapy shotgun. I mean, there's shotguns out there, dudes, for like 200 bucks, but they're made with cheap steel. You don't want that. Cheap steel. And what I mean by that is the extractor might be made out of a min part or a cheap steel, and it might break on you. You know, why take a chance? So, name brand in firearms is important. It's not like electronics, you know. You can get a Sharp TV that the picture and it runs just as long as a Sony, because I've had them, you know what I mean? But it doesn't work that way with firearms. You really need to look at the manufacturer when you're purchasing it. So Remington's fantastic. They don't make a bad firearm. So you can go with this. You can go with a 22. If you're really strapped and you got no money, you can get something like this. Believe me, you can get 22s, man. Use them CCI high velocity CCI hollow point mini mags, and you can use this. Believe it or not, you can use this for home protection, self-defense, and like I said, the 22. You can buy thousands and thousands of rounds for like nothing. It's very cheap ammunition, and for ammunition, and I just don't suggest shooting a lot of lead through this. I go with the CCI mini mags because they're copper coated. I don't think they're jacketed, but they're coated, but it still protects the barrel more. And I have hollow points, and this is better than nothing. Still better than a knife, you know what I mean? And you can get something like this for 300 bucks. Here you go. You got a nice handgun for 300 bucks, and it's a Ruger Mark III, well proven. It's been around a long time, and they sell like mad because they're reliable, they're made good, and they're good quality, and they don't cost a lot of money. So you can go with something like that. If you got about 500 bucks to spend, you can get yourself a Glock. Now come on. Here you got one of the most reliable handguns in the world, and it's only $500. You know, why are you going to go buy that High Point? Why are you going to buy that High Point for $350 or $300? Why would you do that when you can get this? You can get a pre-owned Glock, which is fine as long as it's in decent condition, for like 300 bucks. Wouldn't you rather have a pre-owned Rolls Royce, right, than a brand new Yugo, not Firearms, car? Wouldn't you rather have a pre-owned Rolls Royce than a brand new Yugo? Glock speaks for itself. If you don't have the money, get yourself a pre-owned Glock for peanuts, and you got yourself an awesome gun. Brand new, you'll need about 500, and you got yourself an awesome gun. They just last and last. They're made well. That's all I can really say. There's other guns I can put out here too. There's a million guns you can get, but I'm just putting out high quality guns for low prices. This is what this video is. Same thing with this K-bar. I mean, you got this beautiful K-bar that Mr. 45 Bullet gave me. This is a commemorative, and it's for the Twin Towers. And I just don't use it because it's commemorative. It's beautiful. But these are about 80 bucks. They're not cheap. It depends on who's selling them. Between $60 to $80, but they're made really good, and they're top notch. But if you want a good knife that ain't going to break, that ain't a lot of money, you can go with this Glock 78. It comes with a sheath. It's very tough, and I don't know a lot about knives, but I heard a lot of good things about this. And these are like, these ain't that much money. They're like 30 bucks. So here you go. Good quality knife, good quality gun, good quality shotgun, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. This video is for non-gun enthusiasts. You know what I'm talking about? People that just want to use a firearm just to protect their house. That's all this is for, and I think it's going to help a lot of people. Okay, there's other pistols out there too that are very, very reliable and super high quality, and they're not a lot of money, like a Springfield XDs. The whole XD line is phenomenal, and they're 500 bucks. They're 500 bucks, and you got yourself a good, reliable gun. You got yourself a gun professionals carry. You got yourself a gun cops carry. You know what I mean? It's good enough for them. It's good enough for you guys. So don't stress out, oh, if it's not a Colt, I can't buy it, or it's not a Kimber, I don't want to buy it. Look, you got these options. These are just reliable, if not more, and they cost half the money. So that's it. Hope this helped you out. Happy gun shopping. Get them while you can. I'll see you guys soon.